When hi-fi manufacturers release new and improved version of their highly successful product, also they increase the price most of the time. That is not the case with this Gustard audio. Hello everyone, welcome to Tabama Hi-Fi Review channel. Today I would like to share my long-term experience of recently released Gustard Audio R26 to R2R DAC with streaming bridge capability, retail for $1,650 US. Without increasing the price, R26 2 is totally improved inside and out, and using trickle-down technology and know-how from the top-of-the-line R30 R2R DAC. Exterior is totally improved with OLED display, straightforward menu system, include a plastic remote control, and then all the standard accessories that usually come with it. But this one is highly improved room bridge and the streaming capability that it can offer. I'm a Spotify premium user. When I test Spotify Connect, so as soon as I connect it, it's jumping all over. It doesn't play, so I stop using it. Other than that, everything else is smooth sailing. Hardware is totally improved. Original R26 is 24-bit architecture in the R2R network. This one is 26-bit for PCM conversion and 1-bit native DSD conversion, as they've been doing for a long time. Simple menu system, straightforward. You can go through all the menu easily using OLED display. Original R26 has a little bit of jog dial kind of thing, if I remember it right. I'm not a big fan of it. This one is much improving usability as well as sound quality. Basically half of R30 at half of the price. That's how I will put it. Mostly I use USB input with my Sony HAPZ-1ES music server connected directly to R26 2 using Accuface E4000 and these two speakers, Stock Sound Beta 5 and Pioneer T80 Design S1EX towers, as well as Gallium Audio TS34 tube amp in this review. Sound sample that you will hear is with Accuface E4000 and S1EX towers combination, just straight connection with USB cable. I'm not using U26 or other components in between, but I will touch base on those later. Inside of this R26 2, you will see vertical circuit board where they mount all the digital section and streaming module digital inputs. R2R network is now 26-bit architecture. It has noise protection aluminum shield on top of resistors, so I removed it to see it. High precision thin film resistor, as you can see here. So those layout looks very nice and clean layout. I mean, build quality is very impressive. Pretty much that is a half of R30 R2R DAC, that top of the line offering that sell for around $3,600 price range. So this one totally offer all the features. So sound quality, are we getting half or are we getting more than that? I mean, this R26 2 has R30 footprint all over, including the sound signature, the filter selection, noise mode, usability and features. Those are very obvious, right? So 3 different filters that feature inside this R26 2 is noticeably different in sound quality. If I remember it right, they come in fast filter option set from factory. So as soon as I got it out of the box, I was using it at my streaming setup, and I find it to be pretty bright sounding out of the box. So I keep on trying the fast filter option even when I move this R26 2 to this main system, pairing it with Accuface E4000 or Gallium TS34. So when I listen with Galian TS34, I'm using this entry-level stem mount Beta 5 from Stack Sound, phenomenal stem mount speaker that you can have for $500 pair. It sounds very nice, right? When I'm using with S1EX towers, clearly notice that a little bit of brightness from that fuzz filter. So I end up changing to medium filter. Medium filter work the best for my taste. Natural, balanced, and well-produced sound staging and soundscape with good neutral tone in richer side and warmer side of sound signature that it can offer, plus good resolution, tiny nuances and lingering notes, after effects, or when you hit the string, there is a vibration of the metal string hitting the metal bar, or those kind of well recorded tiny notes are well delivered. Echoey sound or reverberated tones, or those are well produced. It doesn't really kill it off, even in oversampling mode or standard filter mode. When I switch it over to NOS mode, it even gives me more enjoyable sound signature. Some may find it a little laid back kind of sound, but I'm totally used to with my NOS R2R DAC from Galubido Divinity R2R sound. So they have some similarities to it, but they are not the same either, right? I will get to that later. So this R26 too, I was listening all my music, and those small notes and reverberated tones or bass string lingering notes, kind of small nuances, are very well retained and reproduced. Plus it has phenomenal mid-range quality, like human voices are incredibly redelivered. At this price point, as good as it can be, R30 sound quality at half of the price. That's how I will put it. Major difference is gonna be background noise control. Background darkness and clarity is not to the level of R30. As soon as I add this U26 DDC between my music server and this R26 too, probably we are getting 98%, 99% of R30 sound quality and sonic performance with this combination. Very musical, easy to listen, even in fast filter option if I selected that, but I end up and mostly end up using medium filter. So that's what you will hear in sound sample as well. And then there is no noise at all whenever switching the formats, right? Even when I'm using USB input, let's say 192 to 96, 96 to 44.1, or even DST 2.8 or 5.6, there is no pop sound or any blip or any tone at all when it changes. So that is big plus over original R26 or even R30 in terms of those type of noise control is highly improved. As of sound quality comparison goes to the R26 first one and this second generation is significant improvements. I would say 30 to 40% improve over original R26, especially bass delivery, articulation, and the deep notes with very well articulated immediacy that this one can offer is pretty much getting closer to R30 kind of bass delivery, still retaining richness and warmness in across the frequency range of R2R DAC sound signature. High frequency extension is gonna be where they are lacking in terms of resolution and airiness and spaciousness compared to R30 in sound reproduction, right? Probably like 10% less or 15% less, somewhere around there. So that's the approximate number. So that's how much you are paying different in price, right? So this R26 itself, without even using DDC, I mean, please don't get me wrong. It's totally and highly capable. But if you compare to the top of the line, that's where there are differences in sound quality as well as background darkness and cleanliness is different. R30 is going to be absolute quietness in the background. And another thing that I really like about this R26 II over original R26 is precision, soundstage, and stereo image. That's not the case with original R26 or not the case with many R2R DACs in general. R26 II offers precise and very good stereo image with wide and deep sound staging. I also tried back-to-back with Calibrito Divinity DAC and this R26 II as well as Eva Solo Z10. So those are as expected. The Z10 is totally Delta Sigma design. So dynamic attack and immediacy is gonna be totally next level, especially in bass region. Mid-range area, Z10 is slightly more pronounced and forward sounding. Not too forward, but there are slight forwardness as well. Most noticeable and obvious part of music that you will and I notice as well is the upper mids to high extensions. So Z10 is slightly leaner and not as rich and airy as R26 II in those areas. When I try with Divinity R2R DAC and this R26 II, Divinity DAC has quiet background like Gustard R30 kind of background noise control, slightly richer and deeper bass quality with right amount of immediacy in similarities with this R26 II in those dynamic range and bass attack area. Mid-range area is the toss-up, right? So Divinity DAC and this R26 II, about $200 different in price. But if you really love totally NOS design, I think Divinity is good option for you to choose. But if you want streaming capability, room bridge, and everything combined at lesser price, this R26 II is gonna be winner for you. I really appreciate how much different it make between 3 different filters inside this R26 II. And pairing it with Sony HAB-Z1 ES works flawlessly. I mean, probably better than many other Gustard R2R DACs that I have and I experience. Some of them jump between the tracks. Some of them don't play DSD5 if it's a mix. But this one, R26 II, have no problem playing mixed playlists between different resolution or different formats. Totally improving sound quality, build quality, as well as musicality that it can produce is much appreciated improvements over original R26. Everything that I complain about R26 is all fixed and improving this second generation. So the way that they design, the way that they build, everything is working so well and sounding so good that I really wish that they send me silver color. I'm not a fan of black color components in general. A little bit more on sound quality at closing, right? So sound quality itself is clean and precise across the frequency range with very good accuracy in reproducing recorded music with analog-like sound reproduction, highly benefited from digital functionality and noise control that it can offer, as well as separation and depth, and everything is well produced. Probably this R26 II will give you not only the music, but emotionally engaging sound quality that it may be able to offer you depending on pairing components. In my system, it was capable of doing that in precision notes, refinements, as well as balanced sound signature without overemphasizing any frequency range. Good neutral tone with richer and warmer side of sound signature that it can deliver is totally, wholeheartedly, I can easily recommend it to you to try it, my friend. Thank you for watching. Happy listening.
Come into my solitude, though I weary be. Come into my tenderness, dream along with me. Listen to the whispers sing, listen to the singer shout. Come into my solitude, meet my big mouth. Thoughts unspoken, thoughts unsaid, lies of hearth and home. Children broken on the bed and left to lie alone. Things you talk around, scum you choke on down. Come into my solitude, step on sacred ground. We were speaking of values and violence, breaking silence. Fathers who are lovers to the daughters that they own, mothers who don't leave a child a single safety zone. People so unhinged that death is much too kind. Come into my solitude, step over that line. Thought it was the only one. Thought it was the only one. Thought it was the only one. Speaking of values and violence, breaking silence. Come to my solitude, welcome to the wheel. Come into this wonderland of wounds that will not heal. Walls that do not speak, steps that do not sound. Come into my solitude.